Alright, pinball fans, this is the video y'all been waiting for. I've had a lot of requests for it. We're going to do a tutorial on the 10.8 POV, how to adjust a table and get it looking a little better on your cab. A little more 3D depth. Um, I will say after I've recorded this once before and looking at the video that since I'm recording straight from the video, that the depth will be different than my actual view from behind the cab. So just take that into note. When you're watching the video, it might look like the Z is a little bit high, but from my point of view, sitting in front of my cab, it's actually a lot better. But I'll do that again. I recorded this once already and had my mic muted, so yeah, let's uh, let's try it one more time. But let's get into it. We're gonna. Someone asked me to do Circus Voltaire by Noor, so I figured I'll give that table a go. See if we can make it look a little better. So we're gonna load up Circus Voltaire. All right. Once you get in the editor, you're gonna press F6. All right, here we go. And from my view, as you look at this, is this legacy mode right here. You can see the clown looks kind of squished in there, and there's not a lot of display on the DMD in the back there. It's kind of cut off a little bit. So we're going to see if we can get this table adjusted out and make it look a little better. All right. I might even tone that lighting down a little bit too. The bloom on it's crazy. But so you might get a few lessons here. Let's go. We're going to hit right on the flippers. Alright, we're going to hit camera there. Then we're going to go one more time. You're going to get window mode. It's going to look like this. That's perfectly fine. You're going to press the launch button or enter on your keyboard. And that's going to reset it. It's going to look something like this. If you go down one on your setting here, it's going to be horizontal offset. That moves you left and right. You typically don't have to mess with that. Unless for some reason there's something off to the side of the table that you have to get within view, you might shift it a little bit, but I wouldn't worry about it. Next one down is the vertical offset. That's going to move you up and down, and you will probably end up adjusting this a good bit to get your scorecards and whatever's at the top fit in. All right. We're going to go down one more time. You're going to have X, Y, and Z. You see they're all green and highlighted. That means they're all going to move at the same time. And what I like to do, I like to bring everything down to an even number. We're going to bring it down to about 100, and that'll give me a good starting point. All right. So we're going to bring it down. All right. Around there, about 100. That way I know everything's going to fit, and then I'll stretch it out from there. All right. So we're going to go to one more. We're going to go to the X scale, and for some reason on the new 10.8, X scale is your width and not your length, but it's backwards from the old legacy. But here we go. We're going to stretch it out. We're going to go just till you basically cover your screen, and that's pretty close. You don't want to get the light, off the screen. You don't want to lose your scorecards or whatever. But yeah, 130, it looks like a pretty good number. And go down one more, it'd be the Y scale. It's going to stretch this out. You don't want to go too far, but somewhere in there. It looks pretty good. Once I move this Z, it's going to give me a little more room in the back, and then we'll shift it up. We'll show you. We'll kind of go from there. So we're going to go down one more. On Z scale, I like to keep it between 80 and 100. So, just you have to look at it from your point of view. So as you're looking into your screen, you don't want stuff to be stretched way out, and then you don't want it shrunk way down. That right there is kind of the way it looked like before. So the original is probably around 65 maybe, and then and then you don't want it 120 or nothing and looking silly. All right, so we're gonna get it at a good number. I'd say we'll move it up somewhere in there. My point of view, that's pretty good. Probably Probably around 90. I'll try to keep it. That looks pretty good. Say around 90. It looks, from my point of view, from behind my cab, that looks good. All right. So like I said, you'll have to, adjust that on your own, and whatever looks good for you as far as your view, because it actually does look different looking in as it does the actual video. All right. So we're going to go down. On the rest of these, you really won't mess with X and Y too much. Like I said, we'll go with the Z on about all these. But on player Z, it's kind of like how far the table is away from you. So you can bring it up close to you. So you can move this up close, or you can put it way down into the table. All right. So on this one, we're gonna go around 60. That looks pretty good. Normal 60 to 70 something. We'll keep it about right there. I don't look too bad. Alright, then I'm going to go down, like I said, same thing, X and Y you don't really need to mess with. Window top Z offset, I think the top looks pretty good. You can adjust it a little bit. It basically, you can drop it down or raise it up depending on, how you want to lay it back. We'll leave it about there. Alright. So I'll go down. Like I said, X and Y, you don't really need to fool with no more, or that much. But window bottom Z offset, that's kind of how far your flippers are from you. Alright, so we're on the bottom side now. As you adjust that, your flippers will get further away or closer to you. That's all you're doing. You're basically scaling the bottom side now instead of the top. But yeah. That looks pretty good. You just want to move it up. You don't want to cut your cards off or plunge or anything like that. Just give it a good view. All right, and that's about it for the. I'm adjusting. I'm gonna scoot the card up, so I'm gonna go all the way back up. Vertical offset. I got a little more room at the top. I'm gonna move this up here. Get my scorecards in. Got the DMD in at the top. That all looks pretty good. You can actually do your lighting a little bit down here. You can go all the way down. If you go down to environmental emissions, 200 to 300, well, it really just depends on table and what you're lighting. You can cut the brightness of it. You can go way high. I would do about 150 or something. That ain't too bad. Alright, so now we're going to back out of this. I'm going to show you, you can adjust the blooms a little bit high. If you look at these inserts, they got like a real bright glow to them. I'm going to tone that down a little bit. And then I'm going to add my ball to this table. So that'll give you another little demo how to add your own ball. I have one that I've created that I like to add to pretty much most of my tables. So I'm going to back out of this. Alright. First, as far as that bloom, you can go over here on the right hand side, click lights, and then on bloom strength, it's on 0.1. I'm going to cut it half of that. 0.05. That'll cut it a little bit. As for the ball, I'm going to hit table, image. I'm going to import, and my ball. And then I got some scratches that I like to put on them too. So we're going to go back over here on the right. We're going to go to visuals, and then here's where your ball is. Pick my ball. And my new scratches. Alright, I'm going to turn down reflections of playfield too. That's on 5. That's usually kind of high. I don't like my ball glowing as it's running around. I'll bring it down to about 2 or 3 or something like that. Alright, then I'm going to hit File, Save, and play. We're going to check this bad boy out. think it's looking pretty good. Yeah. Ball's looking pretty good. Light's looking good. Let's see what the...
I am the ringmaster. Defeat me.
Oh yeah.
Ringmaster
It's got good depth to it. We'll see what it looks like on video, but as far as on the cab, it looks really good.
Is that the best you got?
Alright. I hope that helps some people out. If you got any questions, comments, if you want any more tutorials on anything, feel free to hit me up. Drop a comment, like, and until next time, you guys have a good one.